If you feel like you're living in two totally different economies right now, you're not going crazy. It really does feel like we're being pulled in a million directions at once. And frankly, the old financial advice, it just isn't cutting it anymore. So what we're going to do in this explainer is build a completely new financial toolkit for the reality we're all facing. Okay, let's dive in.
This slide just perfectly captures our economic moment, doesn't it? JP Morgan actually has a name for this. They call it multidimensional polarization. So on one hand, you've got this incredible AI supercycle that's pushing the S&P 500 towards a target of like 7,800. But on the other hand, the simple act of buying a fast food meal can set you back 18 bucks. It's wild. You're not imagining it. Both of these things are happening at the exact same time.
And this brings us to a really crucial point. All that old advice, the kind that tells you to just skip the latte to solve all your money problems, it's completely dead. It's almost insulting in today's economy, right? To navigate this new world, we need entirely new strategies, and we're going to start with how we defend our wallets.
So, let's build out our game plan, starting with your defense. The most powerful defensive strategy for 2026 isn't about being quiet or, ashamed of your financial goals. It's actually about being loud.
This is loud budgeting. And it's really more of a social strategy. It's the act of unapologetically telling your friends, your family, about your financial goals and your boundaries. It's not about secretly declining an invitation to something. It's about confidently saying, hey, I can't make that dinner because I'm loud budgeting for a house. This simple shift just takes all that social pressure off and helps you avoid what we call the friendship tax, that hidden cost of just trying to keep up with your friends. And this just shows you how powerful this strategy really is. It's not just some feel-good concept. It gets real, tangible results. The data shows that Gen Zers who are actively practicing loud budgeting are saving, on average, a whopping $629 every single month. That's over $7,500 a year just from setting clear boundaries.
But look, saying no forever just leads to burnout. So to make this whole thing sustainable, we're going to use the 3-month allowance system. Here's how it works. The rule: you set aside $100 each month specifically for guilt-free spending. Then, here comes the release. Every 3 months, you take that $300 you saved up and you can blow it on whatever you want. The logic here is so important. It creates a release valve. It prevents that classic binge and purge savings cycle, where you go super hard for a month and then just give up.
And we're going to pair this with a pretty cool psychological trick called treat math. This is how you fight that spending guilt. So let's say you decide to skip a $200 concert. Well, that $20 sushi lunch you buy yourself later, that's not an expense. It's a reward for saving $180. It completely reframes your spending and makes saving feel like a win, not a sacrifice.
Okay, we've built our defense. It's solid. Now let's build our offense. It's time to go on the attack, and our primary weapon is what we call Agentic AI.
Let me just make a really bold statement here. By 2026, if you are still manually negotiating your own bills, you are simply working way too hard. We're in the era of Agentic AI now, and unlike older AI that just gives you information, Agentic AI takes action for you in the real world. Seriously, think of it as your own personal financial aid. Here's the exact workflow you can use tonight. It's the bill slasher prompt. First, download your latest internet or credit card bill as a PDF. Easy. Second, upload it to an LLM like ChatGPT. Third, just give it this prompt. Analyze this bill, identify all the fees, and write me a negotiation script that cites 3 specific cheaper competitor offers. It works because customer service reps are measured on retention, and reading a data-backed script from you triggers their protocol to keep you as a customer. It's that simple.
Next, let's attack food inflation with the pantry chef hack. Instead of just defaulting to an expensive takeaway order, just take a picture of the inside of your fridge and your pantry. Upload it to an AI and ask it to create a meal plan for the next few days using only those ingredients. It basically turns your kitchen into a personal episode of Chopped, and it could save you hundreds on groceries and those impulse orders.
And if you want to automate this even more, there are some amazing tools out there. Rocket Money will literally hunt down and cancel all those subscriptions you forgot you even had. And if you need a different kind of motivation, there's Clio. It's an AI budgeting app with a roast mode that literally uses humor to shame you out of making bad spending decisions. And believe it or not, for a lot of people, it really, really works.
So, you've defended your wallet with loud budgeting, and you've attacked your bills with AI. What does that mean? It means you've now freed up cash. But saving money is only half the battle. The crucial question is, how do you make that money work for you? And that brings us to the smart money play.
This is the single most important question you should be asking about your portfolio right now. Are you investing in the AI itself, which, let's be honest, is a very crowded trade, or are you investing in the one thing that AI absolutely cannot function without? Electricity. This is the classic picks and shovels approach to a gold rush.
And the data, well, the data shows exactly why that question is so critical. According to Morgan Stanley, AI data centers are on track to consume a staggering 18% of all U.S. electricity by 2030. Think about that. The demand for power is going to be absolutely astronomical.
So here are 3 specific plays for 2026. First, the power play. You invest in the utilities and grid infrastructure companies that are building the physical foundation for this AI revolution. Second, for diversification, you look at something called Sanaenomics. It's a major policy shift happening in Japan. And third, the lock-in. Use a strategy called bond ladders to secure today's high interest rates for years to come, even after they're projected to fall.
So what is Sanaenomics? Well, it's basically a new economic policy in Japan that's designed to force its giant corporations to stop hoarding so much cash and finally return that value to shareholders through dividends and buybacks. It's seen as a huge catalyst for the Japanese market, and honestly, it offers a great way to diversify away from the US tech scene.
So, let's bring all of this together. When you combine these defensive strategies, these offensive strategies, and these investment strategies, the goal isn't just about money. It's really about something much more important.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? The theme for 2026 isn't about getting rich quick. As you can see right here, it's about regaining agency. It's about taking back control in an economy that feels chaotic and polarized. It's about having a real plan. And here is your immediate action plan. First, today, send a message to your friend group chat about your loud budgeting goals. Just do it. Second, tonight, run that bill slasher prompt on one of your bills. And third, sometime this week, just look at your investments and ask yourself that critical question. Do I own the AI, or do I own the electricity that powers it? Ultimately, this entire toolkit is designed to do one thing. It's to help you stop being a victim of the economy and start being an active player in it. It's about shifting your mindset and your tool set for the world we actually live in today. So, welcome to your financial reset.